Welcome to DCL Talk Show. The final game is here, and we'll talk a little bit about semifinals and the finals. And um, anyways, before that, yesterday, Corporate Cup finals happened, and Ford won. It was totally one-sided game. So uh, the game is not exciting, but after the game, celebrations were really good. Courtesy Sai, uh, who brought some crackers there, and it was real fun at the end. And after that, uh, I went for a drink with some of our committee members, and I'm pissed off those committee members right now. Okay, okay. So, um, oh boy, we have around 400 people listening our show. So,
Well, do you
uh,
really want to? Do you really want to talk about the company then?
do I really have to talk about that one? That is the question. Okay,
Yeah.
so.
Why
Um,
don't you just let it go?
so I felt like um, somehow stars were um, bought into an idea of you know uh, an umpiring group, which
Mm.
so they had some issues. And how I came to know about this one is another strange story.
Mm.
What's happening is today around 4 o'clock we suddenly we have a message in our committee group stating that um, uh, the finalists are not agreeing on umpires, so
Mm.
we will do a call at 6:30. I'm like, I got surprised because I
Mm.
have no idea who is agreeing what, who is not agreeing what. So then I asked um, what happened. Did they send any email? Because I did not see any email to the committee, or
Mm.
was in or at least there was no message in our captain's group. So
Mm.
and immediately I um oh, there's a lot happening in the group, you don't know about that, was the message. So I said, which
Mm.
group? Apparently and then there was another message saying that every committee member knows what is happening there, so please attend at 6:30. That's another message. So I was so pissed off because I thought it I was kept in dark because a
Mm.
lot of discussion is happening, and um, I'm not aware of anything. So I was really pissed off, really pissed off. After serving 13 years in the committee, and
Yeah.
a few members of the committee, though they ignore me, and uh, so that obviously, it's a human thing.
Yeah.
Uh, so you can't disrespect your own committee member, right? So that's how I was
Mm.
thinking. And
Mm.
then suddenly I was added to that group. I said, no, there won't be any respect if you guys add me now, so don't add me there. And
Mm.
after that, I came to know from the remaining all committee members that they were also not there in that group. Only three were
Ah.
there.
So
So the entire drama is happening under the eyes of three committee members.
wow.
And until then,
And
uh,
and how many members of the company?
8 committee members are there, out of
Ah.
which 5 committee members were ignored. And what pisses me more is in that group, Viju is also there, who is not part of any roster, and they are discussing about finals umpiring in that group.
Interesting.
So I'm really
So it's really not a committee group.
they
It's a
created a
like
private
group.
group,
Yeah. Yeah.
and on top of it, the explanation that I get is more irritating to me because not everybody has to be in that group. Okay,
Mm.
not everybody has to be in any group, in any of those group, in all groups. That's how it's more painful to talk about that one. So okay. So but
Yeah.
anyways, I'm pissed off. I'm not go
Okay.
I can't change anything from
Just,
now
just,
because I said
just
what
take
I have to say.
just take a deep breath and let it go.
What else I can do?
Yeah,
see,
exactly.
it's like this, in the semifinals game, right? In
Hmm.
the close game where Miracle last in the corporate cup, I was
Yeah.
umpiring that game, and I gave a wide.
Oh, yeah.
They all started arguing with me, which was absolutely fine. Okay. Game time. It's a close game, so obviously, when I mean, a player is not doing, the only guy they can yell at easily is umpire. So I have no I have no issues with that one. But the comment that that guy, I must say, he's a kid. Okay, that kid made me think about. Uh, the comment that he made is, uh, why do you bring those who don't know anything about cricket, no knowledge, zero knowledge about cricket to do umpiring? I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to laugh, and I see. I'm not saying I'm a professional umpire, but I consider myself as a good umpire. I'm not a great umpire, but good umpire. Um, you know, and I don't call myself as professional, right? And
Yeah.
then I forgot his name, and I think Satish, something like that. I checked his profile. Okay,
Mhm.
I thought when if somebody makes such a big statement, I thought he might have played Ranji, or he might have represented at least under 19 or something like that for India.
Mhm.
I haven't seen anything. He's another
Yeah.
street player like me.
Yeah. And
Okay,
I was
and
in that
he's
game, so
talking about my cricketing skills, and that made me laugh. Okay, but anyways, you know, as sometimes these things happen. Okay, I mean, I'm done. Let's get into the games now. Okay, Pradi, I'll start with you. Um Scoring 160 against from KRCC, from scoring 160 against one of the great teams of DCL, to
mhm.
could not score those same at least 60 runs in the semifinals, GLCC,
Yeah.
against another great team. What do you say?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I've been saying, right? To me, there were two teams in the league that were really inconsistent. I thought GLCC had, you know, resolved that issue because they played really well in the pre-quarters and the yeah, quarterfinals and semis. So right, yeah. So I should say pre-quarters and quarters. They lost in the semis, but they were exposed. And my what I could not understand. I mean, I went to watch the game. I think by the time I got there it was 18th over. And what I was surprised about was the total number of overs bowled, the total number of runs scored, and I saw Akash and Hitesh in the middle stabilizing the innings. And I went back to look at the scorecard. Between the two guys, they played almost 10 overs, right? Yes, granted they were playing under pressure because GLCC had lost Kaushik, Soumit, and Prabhu very cheaply, and it makes sense for somebody to go in the middle and stabilize it to get GLCC to a place. What I could not understand, and I don't know, I mean, I don't know how the pitch was behaving, but I did notice anything that was good length or just short of good length, the ball was staying low, especially if it was on the wickets. Outside the off stump, you can get away with that, right? You can just, drive over the covers for 2 runs. But especially if it's on the stumps, you got to be careful. But I still could not understand how, especially Akash and Hitesh got into that shell. And this is what I talk about, right? There is one thing to, keep your wickets, but you have to show positive intent, which I thought, I mean, of course, I didn't watch Akash bat it by the time I got there, he was out, but you are the two key batsmen in the lineup, and there is a lot of depth behind you, right? You do take chances. I'm not saying go after good balls to hit a six. I'm saying the bad balls you need to punish, and I don't think that happened, right? And obviously, if you look at the scorecards for the first two games GLCC won, Kaushik played a big role in both those innings, right? And with guys like Kaushik, he's a great batsman, but it's it's hit or miss, right? If he clicks, you're looking at a big score. If he doesn't click, you're looking at an average score unless and until your middle order stabilizes and scores those runs. And typically Akash and Hitesh do that, which was missing in this game, right? So that's what I felt. Look, at the end of the day, Glass came with a plan and they executed that plan to a T. Jeet and Sean were the pick of their bowlers, and I think they've been really consistent throughout the playoffs. But for a team that is known for its batting, that's GLCC, scoring 52 and you expect to win, it's not going to happen because we know GLCC's weakness is their bowling. So defending 52, there is no way you're going to do that, right? And unless and until the pitches really got something to do with that. It was disappointing to watch that. But at the end of the day, kudos to Glad. Glad came in with a plan, and Sean and Jeet, they gave them a great start. I mean, between the two, I think they got 7 or 8 wickets, which is what they've been doing this whole playoffs, right? If you look at the other games. So that's good for them. At the end of the day, it's hard for me to see GLCC lose like that. But at the end of that's why you play the game, right? But yeah, that's my 2 cents about that game. I'm totally disappointed, but I think the other factor I want to point out is there's a bunch of new kids playing together. It's going to take some time. And I'll say that next year, I think knowing that these guys played together for one entire season and there is good camaraderie there, I think the expectation for me, from a GLCC point of view for next year, is if you don't win the cup, it's going to be a disappointing season, right? That's what I think. Of course, as long as we tighten up that bowling side and build a team that's balanced, more balanced, not heavy batting or bowling. But we'll see. I mean, it remains to be seen what happens next year. But the good news is these guys have played together the entire season, and some of these guys have played together in the other leagues too. So I think that's only going to help GLCC's cause for 2025.
Good. The next game is Punjab Lions versus local boys. Sravan, your thoughts on this game? It's totally dominated by local boys. I thought it will at least be very close game.
I mean, it's like this, right? So we all predicted local boys to go
Yeah.
and make it to playoffs in style. So the local boys is evenly poised. They have good batting, good bowling, and good thing is that they won the toss and elected to bat first. They put in a healthy score of 113. We all know going into this game that Punjab Lions lagging bowling, right? They were all hitters, and we saw that in semifinals also. We saw that in quarterfinals also when they played Phantoms with pretty close. So for me, it's not surprising that local boys pulled this off, and it's disappointing that Punjab Lions with that depth in the batting with the hard hitters couldn't get going because they were close. If you look at it, the 20-run shot, not so much, or 20-25 run shot. So they were there. So 113 is a healthy score, strong score, and local boys really have good bowling to defend it. So that's how they kind of seize this game. Coming to the game, Sheikh Mohammed, I think we always talked about him in the past as well, right?
Yeah.
Especially you, Jagan, you probably like him a lot.
Yeah, I have
So,
special regards for him. His
right,
yeah.
and this game, this guy shined. When other openers failed and Srinivas failed, this guy stood one end and he scored healthy 33 runs. And Satyajit Das, who was again other dominant player, came to the party. They both put on a healthy score, healthy partnership, ensured they crossed 100. Looks like that partnership was very, very big. You know, they lost 3 for 39 for 460 and 6 for 90, ending up 130. I think 113 is really, really good performance by local boys. And good thing to note is Punjab Lions did a decent bowling. They only gave 5 extras, unlike the last game. So they did really improve. They did try to control the game as a semi-final, but I think it's that partnership between Sheikh and Satyajit, and then Satyajit playing deep and being not out through the 25 overs really helped local boys post a healthy score. And coming to the chase, Punjab Lions did not start well. They lost their first wicket in the second over, and they lost their second wicket in the second over. And for the third over, they lost their third wicket. So they were like 3 for 4. Hitting 113 and having that 3 for 4 is really not going to help any team. It puts too much pressure in the middle order, lower mid order. But looks like they tried to recover. Gurdeep played a decent innings and tried to hold on, you know. And then Humdeep again just played well. So 4 for 34, 5 for 34. There was no recovery for them, you know, until 6 for 37. There is a slow break, 10-run partnership again. 10 for 49, they're gone. And then Gagandeep tried to hold the shape along with Amprit, but nothing. You know, you already lost more than half of your side for 49 runs, like 7 wickets, and with 4 wickets in hand, it's a mountain chase. And looks like Srinivas and Santil did a good job giving away less runs, putting pressure. There's no looking back for local boys. Looks like they're in the finals. So we'll see who will win. Just as a comment, both local boys and Thunderbolts, they're coming from same pool, and we'll see how they behave in this finals.
Sravan,
Yes,
I see one.
is it safe to say that the finals is going to be a brotherly love game? Isn't both the teams kind of a lot of guys from Tamil Nadu or Chennai area?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
That'll be. I want to watch this one.
Yep, it's gonna be.
Okay.
If you have to put the region into this picture, then yes, it's gonna be a Tamil boy show. So let's put it this way.
That'll be good.
But I'll give you a Telugu twist if you want to know. You know.
Okay.
So these two teams that are in finals, the only team that beat them is MI Rangers. They didn't even qualify.
That's a good observation. And you know what? Even though the Punjab Lions lost, you know, they maintained some consistency. You know, all throughout the playoffs, they scored exactly 88 runs. Go and check it.
Yep, you're right. No, they
Yeah,
played good. They played decent cricket, and even in this final,
yeah.
they are short by a few runs. It's not like they
Yeah,
lost by
few
50
runs,
runs.
no doubt. So I have
So
to say sorry here. Actually, you know, the Pokeries versus Stars is supposed to be Pradeep, and GLCC versus Glad supposed to be Jesse. I okay.
no,
Sorry, Jesse,
you are
about that.
excited.
Uh, Now I'm putting pressure on Jesse to talk about Pokeries versus Stars game. Jesse, you there?
Um, yeah, I'm here, and
I'm very sorry.
no, that's absolutely fine. And I'd like to welcome all the listeners to which I think perhaps could be uh, one last show for this season, or maybe we would have another one post the finals. But yeah, we had two uh, great games. Not maybe in terms of the competitiveness, especially the Glads versus GLCC one, but we have our two finalists, and in the Division 2 as well, we have, I think, Local Boys and Thunderbolts both are fully loaded, and uh, again, a fantastic week for all the four teams who end up as winners. and heartbreak for the one who lost the game. But yeah, there is always positives to take from it. And next week or in a couple of days' time, we have the grand final for both the divisions coming up, and it will be a great sight that on a same day at the same time there will be two finals going on and high intensity games, and really looking forward to it.
Let me ask you a question here, Jesse. Um,
Yeah.
are you expecting a cracker of a game, close game, or um, just like semifinals, one-sided games?
Uh,
I felt both the semifinals are one-sided. They haven't given any. I mean, I'm talking about Division One here. Haven't given
yeah,
any entertainment to the people.
yeah. I mean, Pokris versus Star games might look like on the scorecard that it was a one-sided game, but the game was very, very close. It was a cat and mouse game. No, Pokris were not out of the game like for a major part of it. Yes, they were behind after they lost Vignesh and Saran early, and but they did manage to come back and they were scoring okay. They didn't have a very very high target to achieve as well. So till the time Neil was there, they were always in the game. But I think two very soft dismissals uh, when Neil was trying to up the ante, and responsibility should have been just to support him. But two very soft dismissals by, I think, one was Raghu and other one was Gautam. If it would have, if the partnership between these three people, if it would have stretched a little bit around to the what finally Pokris achieved was around 60, I think, and if they could have managed to reach 60 without taking without those soft dismissals, the game could have been different because Neil was in his element. He was playing some gorgeous shots like he always does, was keeping the scoreboard ticking, but he had to change his style of game because he was running short of partners by, and I think the scorecard might not reflect, like I said, that it was a good game, but yes, it was a very very high intensity game, and both the teams played brilliant quality cricket, like it how a semi-final should be. Yes, there would be key moments. Who captures those key moments might take a strong lead. That's what Stars did. But hats off to Pokri, especially their bowling attack. I mean, those twin spinners, uh, they are absolutely brilliant. I saw them for the first time operating together, and it was a treat to watch. Like they both are left arm conventional spinners, but they just will fall under the same category, but they are absolutely different. Raghu is not a big turner of the ball, whereas the other guy,
Sudarshan?
yeah, Sudarshan, he was ripping the ball like anything. He was getting a lot of grip, a lot of turn, a lot of bounce, and he was using the pitch like it should have been like up. Somehow one ball was keeping low, other one was spinning and turning and bouncing. So uh, they tested Stars batsmen in the second half, like after the break, and that's where they came back into the innings as well. And the spell from over number 13th till over number 19th or 20th, it was really 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 high class bowling. I mean, for a long time I haven't seen sustained pressure, and for a spell of 7 to 8 overs like this, it was a treat to watch how they operated in those overs. And had it not been for Arun, I think Stars could have bundled out for 60 maybe, because at that time the quality of bowling, the two spinners and Arun Thinakaran, I saw him actually for the first time bowling, but uh, he has a very sidearm action, and the pitch
Mm.
was assisting the way he bowls. And I think out of the 30 balls he bowled, 25 balls at least were shin high. So it was really really hard to score, and anybody who tried to take him on or even rotate was very difficult. So yes, a good solid defense was what was needed, and Arun did that. And I think once they did that, once they see off those 7, 8 overs between these three bowlers. In the last 4, 5 overs, they again uh, capitalized and scored around, I think, 20 odd runs, which is what gave them a decent total to defend. And we know how Stars bowling is stacked up. And I think the best ball of the game was bowled by Satya to Vignesh. It was a peach of a ball, like uh, short of good length. I mean, very few times I've seen that from that spot the ball skids so much, and it didn't hit like the lower part of the stumps. It hit I think it was, I think, middle or maybe leg stump, or I don't know, but it hit the top of the stump. And the pace that the ball gathered after pitching, and Satya is really good in that, uh, but that was a one cracker of a ball, because it has to be a special ball to get Vignesh out, because he's one of the finest in the league going around. And once they got Saran, I think they broke the backbone of the Pokris chase, but they still knew that they have quality players in Satish, Neil, and a couple others who can actually. And Ranjit was playing very well on the one side, and they needed some support. But Neil, like I said, was doing great, but uh, he perished to Deepak Raj, and one. I mean, it's unbelievable to see Deepak for so many years doing the same thing again and again. Like, what do you make of a bowler who, in his spell, hit couple of balls uh, on the batsman's chest, got Neil out on a ball which was good length but didn't rise. His Yorkers are immaculate. I mean, uh, once he's on song, it is so hard to face him. Uh, from the same spot, couple of balls rose and hit the chest and the abdomen areas. Some were shooting, some were. Then the next one would be a Yorker, and it is always a treat to watch Deepak. But yes, in those big games, it was amazing. Like that's, I mean, both sides were bowling beautifully, and I think it's just the key moments which I felt where uh, Pokris came back into the game after the second half of their bowling, but somehow Stars managed to score those 80. But like I said, it wasn't a one-sided game at all, and Pokris were always in the game with their strong show in the batting. But yes, once they lost Neil, I think they were always behind, and with the quality of overs left between Deepak, Imti, and Ravitej and Satya, I think they needed at least one solid batsman there to make a case for themselves, but it didn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you said about Yarker, that I thought of mentioning this one, and I have been watching and playing DCL since 1998, but
Hmm.
I have seen very first time I have seen a deadly Yarker. It's like, you know, uh, there's no way anybody can answer. You
Yeah.
bring in any best batsman, I'm sure he would have gotten for that one. It was
Yeah.
delivered by Miracle Soft guy.
Mm.
It's the bowler name is Akshay Raj. I think Akshay Raj or Akash Akshay Raj.
Mm.
Very so the first ball of the innings. Okay, deadly,
Wow.
deadly. I'm see. I don't have words to explain that ball. I was shocked. The batsman was Abhi. Uh, he was shocked, and you know, in a shock, I raised a hand, plump. So it was a great delivery by that guy. That's in
Wow.
my opinion, ball of the decade in DCL. I can say that one. It was
Wow.
so good to watch. Okay, yeah, I just thought of mentioning that one. And in
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
game, in the Pokeris game, when you mentioned about Neil, I think this is the first time I've seen him getting bowled. Normally, he don't get
Mm.
bowled that easily. And
Yeah, and
the other thing is,
it and it wasn't his fault, to be honest. That ball was
mm,
good length ball. He hit a two to Deepak the ball previous to that, and that ball just pitched and didn't rise at all, and it was a shooter, hit the bottom of the off stump.
oh, bye. Mm. And I don't know why they haven't used Neil as a bowler. That that should have given more wickets, is what I thought. Because when I looked at the bowling figures, you know, um, nowadays Imti converted himself into spinner. Imti took 3 wickets, and on the
No,
Pokri
Imti,
side.
yeah, Imti didn't bowl spin. Imti was bowling like he always bowls.
Oh, really?
He was
Okay.
bowling. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was bowling well, but I think why they why Pokris didn't use Neil was because of the fact I think their strategy was not to give pace to Amar, and that's why they brought in Priyesh as their first change bowler. But when Amar hit him for 11 runs in that over, then they took a back seat for because they already have two spinners, and Arun Thinakaran was bowling beautifully.
Mm.
Manoj, I think, was also doing the job that was given to him. He was not threatening at all, but he was keeping a good check on the scoring as well. So I think they could not afford to bowl another spinner because of uh, how Ravi Teja attacked Vignesh in an over, hitting him for two sixes, and Amar hitting Priyesh, and they were like 45 for the break. And I think that was the right ploy to use their best bowlers. And if they had to have any chance to come back into the game, and they did that. Like I said, at one point of time, uh, because of Arun Tinakaran's consistency in those lengths and line and dots after dots after dot, uh, Sudarshan was able to uh, get 3 wickets in one over in around 14th or 15th or maybe that somewhere around that, and that was what Pokris needed. And like I said, had it not been for Arun and his really solid defensive game against some very quality bowling, Stars would have been in real trouble.
Okay. With that, we'll go to our next game. The next game is Thunderbolts versus SSK. And see, Thunderbolts, they played semis against brothers, and they are going to face in the finals another brother. All these are from same state. Okay, so most of predominantly. Okay, so it's going to be very interesting. And actually, somebody should do commentary in Tamil to in the finals for Division Two. At least some part. That's that's a thought.
Yeah, I
Your
think
thoughts on this game?
before
Yeah.
yeah before Shravan goes, I think we are saying like Pradeep also said that it will be a brotherly contest, and now you also mentioned. I think yes, it will be like the people who would know each other very well. But as far as I know, when it comes to big games and games of cricket that
There's
everyone
no
wants to win, it it
no
it
love.
actually it actually brings the best out of the people when they are playing against the people
True.
who they actually know more, or feel a good bond, because you don't want to lose and hear the stories while having dinners and everything. So you want to give your best, and I think it will, as opposed to what we are expecting, it will be a very tightly played and high intensity game. That's what I think. Off to you,
I
Shravan.
I agree. So that reminds me, when I was a kid, I used to play for a team. My brother used to play for another team. Whenever
Hmm.
we played against each other, we almost used to hit each other like, crazily. And evening complaints will
Exactly.
be at
Yeah.
my dad. So
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, game is totally different. Yeah. Sorry, Shravan, your thoughts.
Yeah, no problem. Just to close the statement on this, yes, they might be coming from the same state, but they're going to compete very hard to say they're real enemies, maybe. And
Yep.
then that's what does to you, fight hard to win, basically. And it gives
Yes.
you the best opportunity to play on ground, which is cricket.
Yeah.
So it's all about skill and competition at this point. All right, coming to this game, SSK and Thunderbolts, two tough teams. Actually, a tough semifinal, unlike the other one. So, and it does reflect in the scores here. If you look at SSK batting first, scoring 58, and Thunderbolts scoring 60 for the loss of 8 wickets, tells you that these two teams are pretty close, evenly poised, balanced, and equal strength. So maybe SSK's bad luck that they had to bat first, win the toss, because they actually lost 3 wickets for 10 runs within 5 hours. And just like the other game, if you lose quick wickets and you lose 3 wickets under single digit, it's really tough for the teams to recover. It's very important, and we talk about it all the time, that the openers 1 down, 2 down have to not worry about scoring so much or take run a ball or score 4 runs and over, but staying on the wicket, respecting good balls is very important. And probably they forgot the basic here because they're playing semi-final and they can absorb the pressure by eating some balls if required, because there's 10 wickets behind you. Now, again, pretty much history here. Hard luck for SSK because they couldn't recover from 3 for 10. They did try their best to score 58 runs because they lost wickets at regular intervals. The key player that makes sure that SSK did not recover is the captain, Vinod Kumar from Thunderbolts. I think he is the spearhead. He is very enthusiastic, and this guy wants to perform with bat, ball in the field, and he controls the team very well. Actually, he manages the team very well, and coming as a first change and taking 5 wickets to ensure SSK doesn't score above par. Let's put it this way: 58 was par here. It's below par for me. So, but if 58 is all they could get, because of Vinod, he took 5 wickets and he bowled an excellent spell here to make sure SSK didn't recover. Coming to the chase, Thunderbolts, on the other hand, also lost their first wicket very cheaply. They lost their first wicket for 8 runs and the second wicket for 18. Unlike SSK, Thunderbolts had a target and they could have actually soaked the pressure, and that's exactly what happened here, because Avinash Raghu probably came in and started defending as much as he can. He scored 10 runs for 25 balls, and Vinod scored 11 runs. So they gave a good start. They gave a good opportunity for their team to see through. And 58 really is not a good target to defend, but SSK made it difficult for them because they lost 8 wickets. And if they had runs on the board, this could have been a different game. But no runs on the board, no pressure of scoreboard. SSK couldn't defend it. And Vinod, Avinash, and with the help of some extras, the team really crossed the mark and they're into finals. Now, this is going to be a good finals because Thunderbolts and local boys, they know very, very well each other. They are coming from the same pool. But looks like, again, a balanced teams in the final. So, hard luck for SSK here. No runs, no luck, basically.
So that brings a nice point. In the both finals, Division 1 and Division 2, the finalists are from same group, right? Or oh no, in the Division 1, 2 different groups. Yeah, sorry. Division 2 could be the same. Yeah. Okay, with that we have completed all the semi-final game analysis, and now let's get into prediction. First, I'll go roundtable for prediction, and then we will discuss about why and what what needs to be done to win, what needs to be done, uh, what has to go wrong to lose. So that's how we are going to discuss. And I have taken, as usual, before coming to this show, I talked with few people, and I chatted with few people, and I've taken percentage. Okay, and apparently a lot of people are predicting Stars to win. Um, but I sat and looked at the bowling attack. I'm a bowling lover more than batting lover, so I looked at the stats on the both sides. Um, Somehow I felt like um, Gladiators have better bowling attack than Stars, little slightly. Uh, Gladiators have edge, and Stars don't have anybody who can play like Arjun, just in case if there is any trouble. Um, consuming the pressure and playing that long innings. You know, we don't have anybody. I don't see anybody in stars. You know, that's how I felt. I'll start with Jesse. I'll take Jesse. Between stars and gladiators, what's your pick?
Yeah, I think pre-match, if I have to pick one, I think Glads go as a clear favorite to me in this final against the Stars. But uh, I agree, not completely, that Glads have a better bowling lineup than Stars, but I would say that they are at par, yes, because and that's what Glad's strength has been for last couple of years, especially. They have bowlers now who like who can who are actually T-ball bowlers now. I mean, yes, Jeet balls with leather ball as well, but now he has understood the length and the areas where he need to bowl with the T-ball. Shan, I remember this guy back in 2015 when we played for a team together, and he didn't bowl throughout the season, and suddenly it was a semi-final and we were missing one key bowler. And then the captain, I think it was Majid Bhai, who asked who can bowl. So Shan said, "Okay, I'll bowl." And I said, "Shan, do you bowl? I haven't seen you bowl at all." And he said, just watch. I don't bowl because there are enough bowlers, but I'll show you how I bowl." And man, that was one hell of a spell that he bowled. And it is it is like, I think it is his lack of practice with T-ball that uh, he's not amongst the runs for the last couple of years with the bat as well. That guy is a beast. I have seen him play some of the most eye-catching shots in with the T-ball in those years, and I got to play against him in 2016 in the semifinals with Warriors and Stallions heads up against each other, and I faced his spell for like 3-4 overs. We were only chasing 49, but we were in a dire state at 15 for 6 maybe, and I had to play his spell out. And first time I saw or realized or faced someone who would give you an impression that okay, it is starting from the fourth stump or out just outside the off stump, you might get your leg towards the ball and try to play a drive or something, but it would end up hitting your toes invariably again and again and again. And he's not the orthodox bowler that you face. I mean, Akash is a classic player, and whatever he's touching for the last couple of years is turning into gold. He has been that good. I mean, one of the best batsmen in the league going around along with Vignesh and couple others for the last couple of years with Ravi Teja and everyone. So uh, to get him out after facing 44 balls in the manner that Shan did is a testimony to how well he is bowling these days. And he, again, the same mode of dismissal that I see Shan doing day in and day out, just getting the ball from the outside off stump to the stumps and somehow making the batsman make those mistakes in playing those flicks or whatever. So he's a class bowler and he's a class guy as well. He's a great human being. So I think with Shan, Jeet, and Tuhin, they have a very very strong bowling lineup. And Satya doing what he always does. He has been consistent through the years. So I agree that Glads have a very strong bowling lineup, but Stars are no less in bowling. Where I think the contest is, like you mentioned, Arjun. I think uh, uh, the name might not be that in the name that I'm gonna say is not gonna be might not be taken in the same sentence when it comes to Arjun Ajbani, but that guy does the job day in and day out. I've seen him winning matches through his temperament for knockers when he was playing, and now this game also against Pokris, he was very very good. Arun, Arun is Arun is one guy who I remember a game quarterfinal against him in 2015. The knockers were only chasing 50 odd against us, and again we'd make them 15 for 5 or something. That guy played a hell of an innings and didn't didn't let them, because they were chasing a small target. And that's why you said Arjun, because uh, he can soak the pressure, and similarly Arun can also soak the pressure. So he might not have the same uh, body of work or the same uh, fame as Arjun, but that guy has been doing the job and is capable enough, very well on par with Arjun, I think.
Okay, so see, this game is happening in Novi Power Park and field number two. The average scores here are first inning average score is 91 and second innings average score is 72. Uh, and number of times first batting team won is 33, and number of times second batting team won is 32. So there's no big difference between the chasing and batting first, but the difference is there in the average first inning score and average second inning score. So what kind of effect it will have? Pradi, your pick and
Yeah,
any, yeah.
yeah. I think my thought is Lads are more. They have a lot more depth than Stars do. At least when it comes to batting. Stars, I believe, are a good bowling attack or bowling unit. You have Ravi Teja, you have Deepak, you have Inti, you have Satya. I watched Satya bowl last game in semifinals. I was blown away because I've seen Satya bowl in the past, but it looks like his pace has definitely gotten better. He's picked up a lot more pace. I felt watching the game against the Pokeries. Him bowling out, I think it was Saran. Uh, yeah, that was a great delivery. And
Yeah, it was Vignesh. It was Vignesh. Yeah.
Vignesh, yeah. And I think bowling wise, Stars definitely have a lot more depth. Batting wise, I think Glads have a lot more depth. I mean, their batting lineup 1 through 11 is that, right? And Arjun, of course, can stabilize the inning, and Hardeep can do that too. But Hardeep can also hit a lot of those big sixes too, along with Mansa. So this game's going to be really interesting, and I'm hoping that it's not one-sided. I hope it's going to be a close game. It comes down to the last over. That's what I wish. But I do think that Glads have the advantage on this one. Experience-wise, Stars, what I like about the Stars is Amar is clicking. I don't know how Amar will perform because I have seen Amar struggle against good pace bowling. So far, they have not been tested in that regard, right? Pokeries, yes, they're, I wouldn't, you compare Pokeries bowling attack, I think Pokeries strength is spin, and Star's strength is really genuine pace, right? I think Amar's going to struggle there. We'll see. We'll find out. But technique-wise, Ravi Teja, Deepak, Arun are key for this game. And I do think that they need Mahesh's batting. They need Satya's batting. So we'll see what happens. But I'm just hoping and praying that it's going to be a good finals, which is close. It comes down to the wire, and may the best team win. But I'm going to lean towards Lads on this one.
Okay, I'm sorry, I need to update little uh, one thing here. I just got a message saying that Division 1 finals is happening is Novi Power Park 4, but whatever stats I've given is Division 2, which is Novi Power Park 2. So
Okay.
I just want to go. It's totally different. Novi Power Park 4 is totally different based on history that we have. The average first inning score is 88 and average second inning score is 71. Okay, it's and but you know most of the times batting first won on this pitch. Most of the times, there are 34 times batting first team won and only 24 times batting second team won there in Novar Power Park 4. So Sravan, You think whoever bats first are going to win?
Yes, I would believe in that most of the times, especially for a big final. Especially for a big final, and stats are backing it up big time. Unless somebody prepares a good pitch that is opposite to the stats, so which is not the case, and we don't know how the weather is going to play. Other than that, I would say bat first, put runs on the board, and defend for the big game.
Okay, so toss is crucial for finals, Division One finals. Jesse, do you think batting first will have advantage?
Uh, I think it is. It doesn't make a difference to Glads, but for Stars, yes, it does make a difference. Stars would love to bat first and go with the same mantra that they always like to do: put runs on the board, defend with, and put all the pressure on the five guys, not the 11 guys, because that's how most of the teams work. Uh, Glads, I don't see it making too much of a difference because they bat deep. They have players who can adjust to both the games. Hardeep can play both the games, and I think he's going to be one of the guys who would be a really big threat to Stars going into the finals. And Satya is in terrific form. Again, I hope he's not demoted way too down the order, and he gets to bat with considerable amount of overs left. And I think Udit has been clicking, so I don't see it too much of a problem with Glads when they're chasing. But Stars, if they get to bat first, I think it is going to bring the game much more closer here.
Okay, okay. Let's quickly jump into our next Division Two finals
Who
game.
who
Local.
who is- who did Shravan pick?
Oh, I did. Shravan, did you pick anybody?
No, I did not pick anybody.
I'm sorry. Okay, too
For
many
me,
messages are coming in. Okay, yeah.
no problem. For me, for the obvious reasons and good backup by Jesse, I do believe Glads has depth in both the departments, and the think tank thinks way differently than anybody else. That was evident in semifinal as well on how they uh, got hold of GLCC and how they actually changed the game from league stage to knockouts. They're a different team, so I do believe Glads unfortunately will win again because they have good depth and good think tank behind them. Stars can upset the team Glads only if they win bat first and good put runs on the board. Otherwise, I think it's going to be difficult for them. That's again my personal opinion.
Okay. So everybody's saying everybody's picking Glads here. Am I correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 3-0 Glads. Okay. The next game is, I mean, Division Two finals is local boys versus Thunderbolts, and I got, uh, I did some voting on that one, and I mean, not voting, chatting. I sent some messages to pick one, and 70% of the people picked Thunderbolts to win, and 30% only to local boys, which is a little bit strange. And I'm thinking this game is going to be more competitive than Division One finals. Jesse, your pick.
Yeah. For a for a very strange reason, I mean, when the season started, I don't know how. I don't even remember who I was talking to, but I think it was one of our teammates in KRCC. When we were talking about Division Two, I looked at the teams, and I don't know why, but I said I think the final for Division Two is going to be between Thunderbolts and local boys,
Oh,
and that
wow.
was and that was in
Awesome.
April. I mean, yeah, and I was like, wow. And when I backed both of them to win their semifinals also last week, and I was like, okay, we have come so far, and I think it's gonna be true. So I really like both the teams. Both are having not just the good individuals, but uh, Thunderbolt especially. What I've seen is I've loved every bit of it with the way the intensity, the camaraderie, and the game plan that they have brought in. Their captain especially have made that team believe that they can come out of any situation. If they need to play one brand of cricket, they can play that. If they need to switch it to their plan B, they can do that. They have the right individuals as well. Uh, I like local boys a lot, and I think uh, just because of I think uh, that Thunderbolts I think plays much better and have a little bit more exposure in these big situations because they played, I think, in some of the premium divisions in Michigan Cup as well. I think they have the right mindset to go in these games better than local boys. I may be totally wrong, proven wrong, but yeah, I like to go ahead with Thunderbolts this time.
Okay, there is a nice message from Tejas. Um, he said batsmen win matches, but the tournaments are won by bowlers, and he's picking stars this year. That's
Mm.
a good way of saying it. Abhishek Sunkari is picking stars. Hmm, interesting. Okay, your pick, Friday, and why?
Yeah, I think Thunderbolts. It's going to be a close game. I think all of the advantages each team has is going to be out the door simply because both teams know each other really well. And as you said, you and I think everybody on this call, when it comes to competing and you're competing against your own friends or the people that you're familiar with, you give your little extra push to perform better. So I think this game's going to be a close one. I hope it's going to be a close one.
Oh,
The end of the day, I think Thunderbolts has the depth. Now the question is, who wants it more, right? Who wants it bad? This is the first year, and I think this is for me personally. Anytime there is something on the table, the first year DCL Championship Division Two, I think that comes with bragging rights, right?
yeah,
So who wants it
yeah.
more? Yeah, who wants it more? That's going to be the question. I think in the end, Thunderbolts have the depth to do it. Local boys definitely have the bowling and the batting, but I still think there's 3 or 4 guys on the local boys side. But Thunderbolts, I think, has the better depth. So I'm going to give the advantage to Bulls on this one.
Okay, Thunderbolts. Okay, Rahul Channa says Glads and Thunderbolts for him. Okay, Ajay Bhatt is saying um, Stars and Thunderbolts. Uh, Majid Bhai is saying Stars, and he's not talking anything about Division 2. He's only saying Stars. And my friend Krishna predicted Glads and local boys. The usual story with Krishna is whoever he picks, they lose.
Okay. Next time, announce that first and then let us pick.
and Naresh is picking stars and local boys. Ravi Ganta is picking stars and local boys. Oh, a lot of votes coming in for stars. Glads and Thunderbolts. Red Devils captain Venkat Kolla. Uh, who is picking Gladiators and Thunderbolts? Uh, okay, I have to read a lot. Okay. Okay. Uh, Sravan, your pick.
Actually, this is the toughest game to pick, in my opinion. The two balanced teams, and coming from the same pool. Thunderbolts does have an edge over local boys, in my opinion. Uh,
Mm,
and for some reason, I believe Thunderbolts is 70%, I would say, captain's show. We know
mm,
marshalling, we know managing the pressure, Vinod setting the field, Vinod doing the bowling changes, and Vinod doing the bowling and batting sometimes. So this is where local boys have an advantage because you're the people who actually support and have a good chemistry in my view. And again, this is my personal observation. But if you look for the team and the depth, Thunderbolts has it, but marshalling the resources sometimes is on captain's shoulders, and of course he's the captain, and he did an excellent job taking the team through the finals. And maybe if we can do it one more time, I would give it to Thunderbolts. If not, for me, local boys, because they can surprise if they can get to soak up the pressure and bat deep like they did in the semifinals where they lost wickets, but they were able to hold one end to win, you know, and they did win some tough games to reach this stage. So for me, it's an even poised game, slight edge to Thunderbolts, but I think local boys, if they can believe in themselves and believe that they have a team that can do the job, they're uh, slightly behind, not too far. And if I have to rate this in my view, it's like 52 and 48. That's how close it is right now for me. So slight edge Thunderbolts, but I don't think local boys is way too off. So anything can happen. It all depends on how the pressure is handled and how somebody's scoring at will or not.
Yeah, in this particular match, they don't have to worry about batting first or batting second and winning the toss or not, because
Correct.
you because it's evenly very even there. 34-34 game, 34-33. Batting first 34 games won, batting second 33 games won. So it's very even there. So it's anybody's. That pressure won't. I mean, that's what I wanted to say. Sorry. Uh, Gabaji also sent his prediction, but I'm not reading it because Gabaji might be doing umpiring tomorrow. So, uh, not reading that one. Okay. With that, we have concluded our show, and I'll end the show with the last words from our analysts. I'll start with Jesse.
Yeah, thank you for all the listeners who tuned up for another show of DCL Radio, a tradition that Jagan started. I think it's almost 9 years now, and it's a great platform to hype the league and uh, make all of the local Detroit area players feel that they like cricket is our lives. We all know that, and it's part of our dream. And it's always great to come to the field and vent out everything, the all the stress and the frustrations of the life and everything you just forget for those 4 or 5 hours. So let's just enjoy the game, and I hope all the conspiracy theories take the backstage. And stars in particular, I would urge them to to distract themselves from anything other than cricket. At this point of time, it's just 36 hours from the first ball to be bowled, and I think the best they can do is just gel as a team. This should rather give them extra motivation that things are not going in their favor or whatever it is. But yeah, like I said, hopefully it is a cracker of a game, and we have lots and lots of stories and events and uh, those crucial moments to discuss in the game. And what a big day for both local boys and Thunderbolts. Eventually, one of them is going to be a DCL winner, and I think both the teams are worthy of it. And like Pradeep mentioned last week, all four semifinalists are anyways going to be in the Division One. So there is one motivation which is checked, which is one target which is already checked in the last game. But this one is going to be huge. It has a lot to play for, and really wish all the best to everybody. And thanks again to all the listeners for their continued support.
Okay. Okay, say I was looking. Sorry, I just want to give another update here. I posted a voting in our DCL group for Division Two. As of now, only 3 votes come in, and Thunderbolts are winning that. And Brahmanaidu, Muhammad Amar Khan, Philip. they are thinking that Thunderbolts are going to win, and there are 11-7. Glad's leading there. 11 votes are there. Vijay Khammam, Suresh Babu, Fahad Shah, Muhammad Amar Khan, Narendra Achanta, Ajit Kumar, Avinash. All these are for Glads, and for Stars, um, Shashi Kumar, Senthil Kumar. Wow, Senthil is voting here. He is not voting his own game. Arshad, Srini, uh, Ishraq, Oasis, Syed Raza Ali, Jagan Veluswamy. Oh, well, Raza is picking Stars this time. Okay, it's going to be very interesting. Okay, there is. Oh boy. Okay. Sorry, sorry, guys. Uh, suddenly I started reading that one. Pradi, your thoughts?
Yeah. Now, it's gonna be. Hopefully, the weather's gonna be nice. Um, for the hopefully. What time's the game? Is it 9 or 10?
It's 9 o'clock. Schedule is at 9 o'clock. I don't think it will happen at 9 o'clock, and there's a slight rain prediction
Yeah.
is also there, which is at this
It's,
time. It
it's
looks good
surprised.
at this time. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
The, let me ask
it's
guys this before we jump into my last minute thoughts. Why did we make the decision to move the games up to 9 o'clock instead of 10? Is it because of the ground stuff or?
no, no, no. It has nothing to do with it. See, if you say nine, it will be automatically 9:30, and if you say
Yeah.
10, sometimes it is getting delayed till 11 o'clock, which is taking a lot of time there.
Yeah.
With the
Got it.
lunch, at least last there was a lunch break. This year that won't be there.
Hmm. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, thanks to all the listeners. Thank you, Jagan. Thank you, Jesse and Shravan, and everybody else that's been on this radio show. It was a fun year. The the week. This is for all the marbles, right? That's how I would put it. This is the ultimate game of the season. All the teams that have made it to the playoffs, congrats. Unfortunately, you couldn't play in the finals. The guys who are playing in the finals, Stars, Glads, Thunderbolts, and local boys, congratulations. You guys earned it. You guys deserve this place. Good luck. Play your hearts out. Don't leave any dent behind. Leave everything on the ground. Win or lose, unfortunately, one team has to win, the other one has to lose. May the best team win. And the umpires, this is going to be the most fresh game you will umpire. And take your time. Don't succumb to pressure. People play competitively. They want to win the game. They're going to put a lot of pressure on you. Um, don't get rattled by it. Stay calm, hold your poise, take your time, and make the decision. Uh, right or wrong, somebody's going to be pissed at you, right? The losing team most likely going to be upset, but that's part of the game. So don't take anything personally. Do your best, do the best job you can. Be fair, be consistent, and go have fun. And to all the listeners, thank you. A fun year.
Yeah. See, I personally don't like committee members doing umpiring, and this like a reason for me is the last semi-finals for this corporate cup. Both games ended at the end of the games. The last over, the winners were happy, and the losers were fighting with umpires, and it's like very uncontrollable and very unpleasant comments to take in. Okay,
Yeah.
especially committee members, um, they have another duty, the next duty, like for example, say today is Saturday is the finals, and within a month, November 9th, our DCL night is there. And these same committee members who are umpiring, who are going to take these abuses, I hope nothing happens in the finals, are the ones who are going to conduct this DCL night. And for the corporate cup finals, the mood in the committee is so low because of these people uh, who used very, you know, derogatory words against umpires. You know, the same umpires have to consume, those are the committee members, they have to consume all this, you know, um, nonsense and come back and work there. It takes very hard, very tough for, you know, somebody to take all that abuse and come back and stand there, conduct the game finals, and bring in pizzas, and after that, everybody leaves, right? Um, who's cleaning there? The committee members. Okay, so it's very tough, you know, taking those abuses and doing all this work. And so I I I want teams to be little easy on committee members who are doing empire, who are umpires also there. Okay, sorry, Sravan.
Well, thank you, Jagan Bhai, Jesse, and Paddy Bhai, and to all the viewers, listeners to chime in today. I wish all the very best for Glads, Stars, local boys, and Thunderbolts. One last leg, one last hurdle. Keep up your energy, soak up the pressure, and may the best team win.
Okay, with that, we are concluding tonight's show. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Pradi. Thank you, Shravan. And thank you, all listeners. You know, we had full house today. You know, it's too much number. Okay. Thanks a lot. Good night.
Right, right.
Thanks.